Alright guys, here's a quick video for you today. I wanted to share something which I found out a few years ago when I went to a training event. And I learned some language patterns which are keys to find out whether you're living a life of fulfillment versus a life of fear. Now, even though the fear might not be something you're conscious of, because we're brought up in this life, in this world, from the social conditioning to the constructs that we're brought up in, from the very minute we're born to where we are now, with a certain sort of grooming and construct in schools and understandings and family culture and society culture with us. Now, what do I mean by that? I learned this tool, and this is the language that I learned. If you love to do something, you like to do something, you choose to do something, you get to do something and you want to do something, if you find yourself using those terms before the action you take during that week, then you can test yourself. So go out during the week and see everything that you do, what do you do and you feel that you love, like, want, choose and get to do it. Those things that you do during the week are usually moving towards your purpose, what brings you fulfillment and what is guided by your soul. Versus these terms, which is I need to do it, I have to do it, I should do it, I must do it, I got to do it. See, if you use those terms, then usually those terms are things that are more driven around fear and unfulfillment. Because if you think about it, if you love, like and want and choose to do something, that will be effortless. It'll be easy and effortless, alright? Whereas if you feel like you need to and you have to and you should and you must, what that usually means is you're doing something because someone else is governing or giving you an authority to push and manipulate you in doing that. Now, let me explain this in two ways. Let's say you're at a job and you say to yourself, I love my job, I like my job, that's fine. But if you find yourself waking up on Monday, or when you get called to fly out somewhere on a fly-in, fly-out, or you're doing something and in your head, your internal dialogue is, I have to do this, I must do this, I should, I need to go to work, because if I don't, I'm not gonna get my funds and my money, and if I don't get my money, then I can't do the things which I like, love, and want to do. So if you're stuck in that position, then the keys for you would be to find out what skills do you need to gain so you can move from a job or a role where you need, must and should to I like, love and want to. Now the thing is, these sort of happen sometimes with kids in school, because it happened to me as well. Like at the end of the day, imagine these young kids, between 14, 15, 16, 17, as you go through your high school years. You get to a point where you might have family pressure, parents pressure to do a certain type of course or to get a certain degree, to go to a certain uni, to study this many years more, and you might want to do something else with your life because you're guided by your purpose or you're fulfilled by something else. But because of the moral construct and the society construct, you end up doing something that is a must do, should do, got to do, have to do, because it's someone else inflicting a value upon you which you then succumb to and follow. And when you do that, you're living a life that is unfulfilled and out of fear. And if that is prolonged for a long period of time, it does cause you to have a very unfulfilling life. So the keys are, if you want to move from this side of the column where you have to, need to, must, should and you got to the I get to do this, I love to do this, I like to do this and I want to do this. If you want to move across, then I would say go and look for the things that you can do that will help you upskill so you can slowly move your life from being controlled and doing things that you don't want to do to things that you want to do, because then you will live a fulfilled life, a life out of purpose and a life that is free. So this is the language I learned in that event that I went to, and I thought I'll share that with you guys today. If you want to learn more, just click on the link below this video and I'll send you some tools and some resources which will allow you to find your purpose, because it all starts there. If you know what your purpose is, then you will end up doing things and building a life where you love, like, want and choose to do it, versus being stuck under some other control, whether it's your family, whether it's the job that you're at and your boss, whatever it is. If you're not doing something that you feel true to you, my advice to you is try and make a move so that you don't end up living a life from where you are now till the end of time, always feeling that you're living from a point of fear, from a point of frustration and no freedom. Life's too short for that. It's for you to look at what I need to do so I can shift out of this and get to the next level. So hopefully that video gives you some value, and that language gives you some ideas of what you're doing. Because as I said, just use the language and see. Go and look at Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, all the things that you do, and see what do you say before you go and do something, and then work out on some sheets what percentage are because of some other authority and some other reason and some other social construct or whatever it is that's forcing you to do something where you feel like you must and you have to, and then look at all the things you do that you love and like to, and then the key to this would be how can you move most of it from one side to the other. All right, thanks guys, and I'll see you guys at the next video.